hit go live. And let's go ahead and post to Stack Overflow. All right. And what we're going to say is unable to programmatically create Azure subscription, or say Azure topics, say Azure subscription topics. Subscription topics. Unable to programmatically create Azure subscription on Android. On Android emulator. How about that? Okay. So let's see. Thing is, it needs to say Android, which I don't see anything in here that suggests that. Periodically toggle back and forth. Okay. So, all right. So let's do that. Let's just let it out. All right. So we'll say I am unable to programmatically create Azure subscription topics via an Android emulator as the client, like that. Okay. So let's say unable to programmatically create Azure service topics. So let's take this, make that our focal point. Let's just say Android. Okay. All right. And so periodically check my messages. Okay. So say I am unable to say on Android, I am unable to programmatically create Azure subscription topics. Okay. And then I could say, no, I am successful at performing, or say, no, I'm successful performing this task via an integration test. All right. Now let's add some tags in here. So this is Android. This is really Xamarin Android, right? Xamarin Android, and say Azure. It's Azure Service Bus. Or do a space? No. Okay. So you say Azure Service Bus, this right here. Okay. So if we periodically check to see, all right. So I say on Android, I am unable to programmatically create Azure subscription topics. First, say create subscription. I'm unable, not even create. It's this management client. This management client. Like before I even create it, I'm checking for a topic to exist. So maybe I should update this to Android unable to programmatically maybe remove that. Unable to connect to Azure Service Bus topics. That's probably it. Okay. Unable to establish. How about that? Establish connection with Azure Service Bus topics. Okay. So then we can take this and then say on Android, I am, and then paste this in here. Unable to, on Android, I am unable to establish a connection. Unable to establish. I want to establish a connection with Azure Service Bus topics. Note, I am successful performing. Note, say, by this issue only exists on the Android client. Hence, the same code works using a test project. Okay. Periodically check. All right. So do this. Do this. So and then no, we can italicize this, I guess. And if we look at the preview, that and that. And I'll put this on. Okay. So on Android, I'm unable to establish a connection with Azure Service Bus topics. This issue only exists say I have observed this issue only on Android. The same code works. The same code is I do not observe this issue using a test project. I do not observe this issue using a test project or with a test project. Okay. Hey, Gambler, how are you? What did you send it? 828? Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't say I have 0 observers. Are you on? Yeah, you're on Twitch. So I guess I could launch my Twitch stream manager. That I don't know if you showed me how to do it or someone else. Yeah,
let me know. I'm just looking at this stuff. Like,
stream manager. You get.
Just making sure that you knew that guy, right? So we're just testing.
How do I stop?
Sorry.
Toggle bit. Do I need to kill the whole thing? Hold up. Kill the whole thing. And then hit stream manager. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm Stack Overflowing. I spent a considerable amount of time yesterday trying to troubleshoot something that only occurs on Android but works as an integration test. The same code. It's just when that code is executed on Android, it just doesn't work. I have observed this issue only on Android. I do not observe this issue using the same code. Using the same code. With a test project. With the test project or on it? I do not observe this issue using the same code with the test project. Let's say with. I guess that's fine. And random info finally snowing here. I forget. You're in Germany? We're in Ireland? I'm confusing. I'm confusing maybe you with someone else. There's another person named GZB that I've been talking to. Ireland or Germany? Which one are you in? So then surprised you're not watching Togglebit. Togglebit, I'm sure, is more entertaining than me. How come you're not watching him? I would be watching him if I had a choice between me and him. Unless you're not a fan of Rust. Switzerland. Oh, my bad. The mountain area had enough snow, but I'm in the lower of the flat area of Switzerland, which had barely any snow this winter. Switzerland. Do you ski? Doesn't Switzerland have like mountains or something? Space this in. Here's the code here's the code. All right. Yes, I do ski. Enough mountains in Switzerland. Cool. I did Shift Tab. Hold up. How do I do this? I'm acting like this is an editor or Visual Studio editor. All right. So on Android, I'm unable to establish a connection with Azure Service Bus topics. Note, I have observed this issue only on Android. I do not observe this issue using the same code with a test project. I don't like the word with, say via a test project. I don't like these I don't like italics on here. I got to use something else that stands out. Do I? How would I do that? What's this over here? What's this? That's a link, right? Um, what's this over here? Heading. I don't know. I guess I'll just throw it in here. Okay. Yeah, I guess that works. Does that mean that I could put this on the separate line now? Space in there. Okay. Um. hmm, I wish I could highlight this somehow. There's no way to highlight this. Where's more? What did I do? Okay. So what have I done so far? On Android, I'm unable to establish a connection with Azure Service Bus topics. Um, I put in a note, I observed this issue only on Android. I did not observe this issue using the same code via test project. I say, here's the code, right? And so then I need to include the actual error, okay? So I launched this, and while that's bootstrapping, I say, I say error description, okay? For that in bold, okay? Yes, okay, throw that in bold too. All right, so I say error description, and then while that's bootstrapping, which is this right here. I mean, there's a workaround. The workaround is to create a service that my Android client can just call, passing in the the order ID to be used, and then it just does it, and that'll work. But it just doesn't work on my Android itself. So on the Android client itself, like this code just doesn't work. It's pretty. This is the code. It's 2 lines, right? I instantiate this client, and I call this topic exists. That connection string is it's not, for whatever reason, that same connection string is is not being recognized on Android. Um, so my test, here's my test right here. All right, different solution, same line of code, same lines of code. So yeah. So when I say note, I can also say, I guess I'll just do space. What can I say? I can say I have verified the same connection string being used in both scenarios. I verify that same connection string is being used in both scenarios. All right. Uh, so maybe I could say 1, 2, 3. I'm trying really hard to make this as clear as possible so that people can actually help me. Here's the code. And so then I can say, oh yeah. Let's go over here. Hit restaurants. I'm surprised I don't have this. Oh, here it is right here. That is the error. Unable to resolve host. Say xxx.servicebus.net. No address associated with host name. Okay. Okay. I don't like this right here. I want to say this issue. The code. Say I'm unable to produce. I'm unable to reproduce this issue, say with the same code using a test project. I feel like this is still weird. I'm gonna say the same code works using the same code works using a test project on a test project The same code works. Okay. Or I could say, I'll leave it alone. I just want them to really understand that I've gone above and beyond trying to figure out or trying to diagnose this. And are there any other things I could write to show that I performed due diligence? And I don't think so. On Android, I'm unable to establish a connection with Azure Service Bus topics. I've observed this issue only on Android. The same code works using a test project. So, yeah, I could say using a test project. I'll verify the same connection string, that the same connection string is being used in both scenarios. Here's the code. Oh yeah, I need to say that what actually happens is I need to say right here, error happens. Like that. or say error occurs here. I don't know how it still occurs. That. Put it in. All right, so that's a little bit more obvious. And I think that's it. I don't know if I need to. Okay, I got two observers. I don't know if I need to put down anything else. I mean, it looks short, concise, and detailed. I don't know what else. I don't know what reason they're going to downvote this post, because people like to downvote my questions on Stack Overflow. Have no clue why. They don't leave a comment telling me what I could improve on when asking the question, but they like to downvote me. Xamarin Android, Azure Service Bus. That's it. All right, I'm posting it. Let me look at my title. Android unable to. Okay, unable to establish connection with Azure Service Bus topics. Okay. Review. And on Android, I'm unable to establish a connection with Azure Service Bus topics. 1, I have observed this issue only on Android. 2, the same code works using a test project. 3, I've verified that the same connection string is being used in both scenarios. Here's the code. Error description, unable to resolve host xxx.servicebus.windows.net, no address associated with host name. All right, that's it, right? So hit post. And that's it. Now, what I can do is I can, for now, I can create a service that it can just call. There's a couple options I could do. Where's my checklist? I can go ahead and say, this is hopeless. There is a workaround by just calling it on a web service. So Android client relies on the web service to perform that same task, and it's going to work. Or I could be stubborn and say, no, I want the Android client to do this, because there's no reason why a client shouldn't be able to do this, right? And with that logic, I could see if I could fix my Google Map on this customer app so it actually displays my location when I place an order. I could begin work on modeling the courier cash out system. Or I could begin work implementing the interface for restaurant order systems. What do you two? I have two people on here. What do you two people think? Which options should I begin moving forward on for the next probably hour? Resolve my Google Map rendering issue. Implement a courier cash out system, or implement a restaurant order system. You got 30 seconds to respond before I make the decision. You like how I put pressure on you? Fix a Google Map. That seems the suckiest task, so it's out the way. Okay. So we hit Denny's, and we select the All-American Slam. We hit checkout. We say Scott Nimrod. We say 4242. Okay, and then we select. All right, and so then we say add. All right, so this is the map. Notice how it doesn't render anything. So let's do a search for order. That's the name. That's the caption on the button. That looks like this right here. Request quote.xaml. All right, so this is the map. Let's look at the code behind. Look at all these imports. Render customer drop all map present. Yeah. The question is, like, if I hit like current location, like it doesn't render anything, dude. If I try to zoom out, it doesn't render anything. It's just a blank map. Um, I wonder. Let's put a breakpoint here. Relaunch it. I'm curious if we're even getting past this line, right? So I get location permission, and maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's not being presented as a permission when someone launches the app. And then that would make sense that the map never gets rendered. My back is killing me. Restaurants, Denny's, All American. Checkout. Okay. Here we go. Let's figure out get local permission. What is get local permission? Check permission status async. Is it granted? It says it is granted. Return status. Okay. It says it's granted. Get current location. It gives me a coordinate. Okay. Add customer marker. I'll step into that. Okay. IMAP.present. Step into that. Oh. If route coordinates dot. Oh, okay. Well, hold up. Locator current. Is geolocation available? True. Is it enabled? True. Okay. Get last known location async. It gives me a location. And then it moves to that region. Now, let's take the latitude and longitude values. Let's plug it into, oh boy, hold up. I thought I said notepad. Am I out of memory? Look, it's not rendering. So that's latitude, longitude, right? Latitude, longitude. All right. So let's see where this actually puts us. Can I just paste it in Google Maps? Can I just do that? I mean, is this smart enough for me to just paste it in here like that? No. All right. Click Google Maps and then just paste it like this. Well, the location is Google's office. Even if that's, I mean, okay, so that's where the Android decides that it's, the Android emulator decides that its current location is in Mountain View or Palo Alto. So it should still render. Let's see. Yeah, it should have rendered something. Like there's no exceptions thrown. Latitude and longitude was established. The only other thing I could think of is my API, my Google Maps API expired. But I would think that it would like tell me that. So Xamarin.Forms, Google Maps. Do I want to say Google Maps or I just want to say Maps? Not showing. The first answer says check your Map API key from Google. Need to. Okay. I'll check Google. That means that I can't share my browser. You only have to look at my code or maybe even my emulator. Yeah, so if I stop sharing and then I say share, and then I go to the application window, then do that, then theoretically you should only be able to see this. Okay. Okay. I should be able to now go to. Do I even have this anywhere? I need to check my. Do I even have Google on here? Oh, delivery. Let's see. I don't even know what to Google. Google. Well, hold up. Go to Stack Overflow, and they provided a link that I probably can just click on. And let me see. How do I get to Google Maps API? Google Maps API. I need to ensure that there's no issues. I don't know if. I don't know. Let me see. Developers.google.com. Get an API key. Click that link. And create your Google developer profile. I already have this. How do I do this? I'll go to overview. Like, where's my profile? Products pricing. It shows that I'm in here. Manage your Google account. Okay, how about that? That has nothing to do with Google Maps. Products, maps, click that. Why does it say get started though? I have an account on here. Why did it forget about me? Yeah, I think you're right. Google Maps is the suckiest task. What's weird is I'm on the Google Maps portal, I think, and it's talking about get started instead of like sign in, or even it has me signed in. No active billing accounts. You cannot enable billing for this project because all your billing accounts are closed. Please visit the billing section to correct your account state, then try again to enable. Oh, that's helpful. That's helpful. Billing health checks. Warning, warning. Okay. Well, did it disable it because I need to accept the latest terms and conditions? I agree that my use of Instagram is subject to my compliance with the terms. The following terms of services have been updated. Okay. It says one account state has exploration. No, I don't care about that. Manage billing. Billing account is closed. Reopen it to continue using linked projects. Okay. How do I reopen it? My billing account. Click get right. Save all your filters and charting here. Get rid of that. I don't. How do I reopen a billing account? It's not clear what I need to actually do. Manage billing accounts. You have no active billing accounts. Remove the active account filter at the top of the page to show all billing accounts. Okay. It says status is closed. Okay. I mean, what do I need to do? How do I open it? Payment overview. We're unable to. Oh, okay. We're unable to process your payment method because the account was closed. Well, your bank, add a new card, or contact the bank to update. Okay. Okay. This appears to be the reason. Is that it? Am I active again? Let's let's see. Let's see. Hold up. Go back. Let's go back to. Let me Let me share my screen again. Share audio, entire thing. Share. And let's relaunch the application. Oh. Gambler, do you run? Do you work out? I think I have runner's knee, and it's really messing with me. I don't know how to do cardio without running, and every time I run, I feel like my knee gets worse. And I took 3 months off from running because my knee was messed up, and then I ran twice, and then my knee got messed up again. Different pain, but it got messed up again. This is probably what I would be doing with my morning right now instead of writing code. Is I would be on the beach, running, getting it in. Said no time to work out. You say no time to work out, so you have time to develop hypertension and diabetes and die an early death. Like, I mean, the exercise is important, man. It's making money is important, right? Raising a family is important, but like, if you don't take care of yourself, no one else is going to take care of you. I mean, doctors will be more than happy to take care of you as they bleed your savings account. But then again, you're in like Switzerland, right? So you guys probably don't worry about your bank accounts being bled dry because you've developed some infection, or you need a surgery or something. Right? That stuff is probably covered, I assume. Hit Denny's, select, review. I wonder if my Google Maps is going to be rendered now. Put a name on here. Scott. Nimra. And then that, and that, that. Add. I hear you. I hear you, brother. All right. So, I don't see a difference. It didn't do anything. My map is not being rendered. I don't know if I need to kill Android. It didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. Kill Android. Stop sharing. You can stare at my emulator. Oh, I don't have an emulator. All right, you can stare at my customer code base. All right. And go back over here. Go to, well, things should be working now. Hold up. If I go back, click Google Cloud Platform. There are 2 projects on here. This project is not linked to a billing account. Let's pick up. Stop sharing again, as I'm trying to diagnose which you prophesied would be a horrible experience. Let me go to my Android manifest. Oh, it's not clear to me. So it's not clear to me how to address this. Go back, share my code base only. Looks like my Chrome browser is no longer responding. Is it going to crash my browser? Looks like it's crashing my browser. I don't know what to do about that. I don't even know if you can even hear me anymore. My browser is it's not responding. It's locked up. I don't know if it's still if I'm still streaming. Oh, okay. If I reboot, it's going to kill the streaming session, I assume. Okay. I am launching my Android. At restaurants, hit Denny's, and I'm sure you probably don't see my emulator because I have it locked on the code base. Click add. Yeah, it's not showing the map. All right, it looks like I need to reboot my browser. Reboot my browser. Kill my browser. If I say close program. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Still remove. And let's do a screen share of an application window. Share. All right. And let's go back to Google. See dashboard. Sure, probably went to API services. API services and then dashboard. This stuff should be working now. I don't, but it's not. Let's pick up. I don't know why I have two different services on here. No viewing project, get right in organization. There's this enable APIs and services. Welcome to the API library. Manage. Error retrieving client ID. Okay. What if I refresh that page? Error retrieving client ID. All this because I want to get Google Maps to be rendered. It told me that my payment method was having issues. I updated payment method and it's still not being rendered. I honestly don't know how to manage this. If I go to APIs, okay. How do I? Is it enabled? Like, what's the issue? Enabled APIs, Street View, Maps, Static API, Places, Time Zone, Maps SDK for iOS. Why does it say for iOS? What about Maps SDK for Android? So you all for it to me. Okay, Maps SDK for Android. I'm not sure what else I need to do, man. Hold up. We went to billing. I should be in good standing now. Oh, no, it says this billing account is closed. Visit the account management to reopen it and continue using linked projects. This is the account management page. Okay. I thought I just did this. Reopen it to continue using linked projects. This billing account is closed. Reopen it to continue using linked projects. Okay, so how do I reopen it? Ah, I'll click on that account. How do I reopen the account? Go back. You have no active billing accounts. Okay, fine. My billing account. Select. Status is closed. Okay, so how do I open it? Edit or delete permissions below. Oh, there's a reopen billing account link up here. Reopen billing account? Yes. Billing account reopened. That's the message that I get. All right, let's see if that makes a difference. Relaunch this customer app. Probably some silly bot automation which killed your account. Now you're in Google Death Valley. Yeah. Uh, one of my bank cards got compromised, and so I had to replace it. And that was enough reason for Google, even though I haven't been billed anything, because you have to have like a substantial number of requests or transactions on their platform in order for you to get a bill. And I stayed under that threshold. They said, no, even though you don't owe anything, we're just going to disable your account because your payment method is no longer valid and you haven't gave us a new payment method yet. So yeah. Supposedly I just reopened it, right? I mean, that's what the confirmation message was. We'll see. I'm losing my hair over this. Right? It's so stressful, man. So say check out. Say Scott Nimrod. Let's say this right here. Okay, and then and then this right here. No, it's not being rendered. I don't know what to do. Oh, I reopened it. I don't understand. There's actions on here, disable billing, change billing. I don't know what else to do. I could click on the account. I mean, it says it's reopened. Like, is there a certain amount of time that needs to kick in before I'm able to realize it on my client application? Right. It's not clear to me what I'm supposed to do now. APIs, click APIs. Enable APIs and services. Maps SDK for Android. It says the API is enabled. I could click manage. It says it's enabled, dude. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's. I'm gonna click on the APIs. Click Maps SDK. What's this map management? What's this over here? There are no map IDs for this project. Click create a map ID. Why would I create a map ID? What does a map ID do? I don't know what that's about. What's credentials? Is that gonna have my API key? Let me verify I'm not sharing anything. All right, see you later, Gambler. Take care. Remember to configure OAuth consent screen with information about your application. Okay. Choose how you want to configure and register your app, including your target users. You can only associate one app with your project. Only those within your organization will not need to submit your app for verification. So available to any test user with a Google account. Your app will start in testing mode and will only be available to users you add to this list to test. Once your app is ready to push to production, you may need to verify your app. What is all this? I don't want to do this. I'll just go back. I don't want to do that. The key is unrestricted. Restrictions help prevent unauthorized use and quota theft. Okay. I think I understand that. I'm hopping off.